Greetings from Xavier, as this Friday afternoon turns into Friday night. It's good to be back with you. When I was looking for a background for today's conversation, I experimented with a few things, and I sent this background out to some members of the staff, and I said, what do you think? And they were nearly unanimous in their judgment. Don't use it. Too cluttered, too messy. And I thought about it and I decided to use it. Not because they said no, but because this is my office, right? Some would find it cluttered and messy. And for me, it's home. And I'm one of the few people, really the only person lucky enough these days to be home at Xavier. Right? And in some sense, I'm here for us all. And so I'm happy to share this bit of my home with you, but it's not just cluttered and messy. Right? There are great things in what may appear to be a mess behind me. And if you look carefully, you'll see a picture of the 2010 National Rugby Championship receiving their medals. A great picture of Maroon and Blue Day, right, with these young faces that I watched grow over 4 years. There are prayer cards back there of alums we've lost, including Father Ned Coughlin of the class of '62, who was pastor of the parish and headmaster here for a while. The trophy from the class of '73, a gift to me a number of years back. That class, the '73 guys, gather each year around Thanksgiving up at Trax at Bruce Caulfield's place. Jack Merritt used to coordinate these awards each year, and I was touched the year the class gave me that. So it may appear messy, but a lot of history. And a lot of history I feel really blessed to be part of. Last few weeks, we've talked about what might be seen as spiritual matters. Today I want to talk a bit about some practical issues. We announced to the faculty this morning during faculty meeting that we'd be in distance learning through May 11th. Right? We're going to be in this mess for a while. And there's uncertainty in that, and if we can be back in May, great. And if we're delayed further, we'll keep learning and growing and being united in spirit. I sent a letter to parents, over a week ago now, regarding tuition for this year and looking ahead. And we made a commitment to the Xavier families, freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors. If you're here, and you're experiencing financial difficulty through COVID-19, let us know. We will find a way to make this work. No one will be asked to leave Xavier for financial reasons related to COVID-19. We made this commitment during Sandy, and we honored it. And we'll honor it again. Folks ask me how. I've gotten questions about fundraising. Not the time for those discussions now. Henry Paulson, in an interview this morning on NPR, used a statement that I think seems appropriate for us. We got to get through the night, right? And we're in the night of all this now, right? We get through the night, and whether that's a week or 2 weeks or a month, right? Then we can move on to other things, right? Then we can move on to fundraising, then we can move on to figuring out how we honor that commitment. Then we can move on to continuing to build the community. But for now, people need to know they're cared for, they're loved, they're prayed for. Right? The institution will help us all get through this. And that's the message we really want to send now. Next week, we'll begin meetings. We'll have parent meetings next week with the parents from each year. Just a chance for some conversation. Right, as difficult as that may be on Zoom and trying to manage all that, we'll figure it out. Right? And then we'll move to opportunities for conversation with alums the following week, or the following weeks really. Because we're not going to be together for reunions and the like until the fall. So some chance for folks who'd like to check in. And I'm always available by phone conversation or email during the time in between. And if there's a little delay in me getting back to you, I ask your indulgence. We will get back to you, and I will get back to you. And certainly the staff is available to you as well. You know, we've seen different crises before. right? And nothing fits this model. You know, the horror and terror of 9/11, right, which took young lives from us and saw the community come together in great solidarity to sustain one another. The challenges of the financial crisis in '07, the challenges of Hurricane Sandy. We found our way through. People stepped up, from the youngest alums to the oldest. I'm confident that will happen again. I found great sustenance lately in the arts, and I've tried to take some time each day to listen to a piece of a concert, or explore an artwork online, or read a poem. And I've always loved Gerard Manley Hopkins, great Jesuit poet, who had his own struggles in life, struggle with depression and mental illness, and yet produced beautiful and important work. So we'll end with Hopkins's As Kingfishers Catch Fire. As kingfishers catch fire, dragonflies draw flame. As tumbled over rim and roundy wells stones ring, like each tuck string tells, each hung bell's bow swung finds tongue to fling out broad its name. Each mortal thing does one thing and the same, deals out that being indoors each one dwells, selves, goes itself, myself it speaks and spells, crying, what I do is me, for that I came. I say more, the just man justices, keeps grace that keeps all his goings graces, acts in God's eye what in God's eye he is. Christ, for Christ plays in 10,000 places, lovely in limbs and lovely in eyes not his, to the Father through the features of men's faces. May we have the eyes to see, the ears to hear, the heart to feel Christ playing in 10,000 places. For indeed he does, with and for us. Sons of Xavier, keep marching. Have a great weekend and a great week.